Hey guys, welcome back to Checkered Mates. This is Ivan P.
I'm Ed, and today we're going to be talking about should Rakitic unretire? Should he pull a Jordan, a Brady, any one of those other athletes that have briefly retired and come back?
I mean, it's no secret, Rakitic has been on fire these days. And I mean, here at Checkered Mates, we say he's fire mama, baby.
Fire mama.
So, I mean, he's been scoring goals for Sevilla. He's been assisting for Sevilla. He is the captain of Sevilla. I believe Sevilla's in third place right now. They're on fire. Rakitic is playing great. So now the question is,
can he help out the national squad? Can he come back? You know?
I mean, let's take a look.
Blaze of glory, just ready for Qatar here.
I mean, do you guys remember World Cup 2018? Those 2 penalty shots he scored for us?
Epic.
Never forget those moments.
No, but he should come back. I think there's a real case to be made for bringing the Rocket back. You know.
I mean, I'd love to see him back, but do we sacrifice some of the younger guys that deserve a spot on a team to bring back an older guy? That's the question.
Do we sacrifice a bench spot for Ivan Rakitic? Do we? Of course we do.
He's a legend. He is a legend.
Like who's coming out? Like who's on the bench right now at midfield? Let's say that you would rather have there. Like let's just talk from the basic standpoint of should he just be there on the bench to come in relief if we need him? You know,
well, Rakitic is not a bench player. I mean, he.
No, I'm not. Nobody's saying he's a bench player.
Yeah.
But we're talking about what's best for the national squad, and so let's just start at the baseline because he's not even on the roster. Let's just say, would you rather have somebody else, a younger midfield player, and I want you to give me a name, or would you rather have, Rakitic on the bench,
Well, let's take a look at Rakitic's stats for Croatia for a second. He debuted in 2007, and his last game was in 2019 versus Wales for Euro qualifying. So that's a good 12 years he put in on the national team.
That's a lot.
He's 34 years old. So he's getting up there for soccer.
How many tournaments in those 12 years? Was 6?
How many tournaments? So let's count.
You got those 3 World
2008 World Euro, 2012 Euro. We missed 2010 World Cup. 2016 Euro, 2014 World Cup, 2018 World Cup. So 6. You're right. Yeah.
There you go.
Right. He had 106 games for Croatia.
It's a lot.
15 goals.
He's got to be up there. In all-time appearances, for sure.
He has over 100 appearances, and he finally decided to retire from the national team in 2019 after the Wales game. So, let's take a look at his stats this year, 2022, for Sevilla in La Liga. He has 30 games, 23 starts, 4 goals, 5 assists, 7.11 SOFA score. So this is pretty impressive for a 34-year-old.
Playing the midfield position.
For Sevilla.
And the way he plays it as well.
La Liga is one of the top leagues in the world. So he is fire mama. So
to put it in perspective right now, Modric only has 2 goals, 5 assists.
Exactly. In La Liga, in the same league.
In the same league, yeah, exactly. In the exact same league. Less starts though, mind you, but still.
And Modric has 7.10 SOFA score, so they have a similar SOFA
Very
score.
Very similar, yeah.
And Modric is on fire as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, not to nobody's saying one's better than the other here, but just to put it in perspective of, what the current midfielders are doing right now, stats-wise, this year, he's right in there. He's right in there with everybody. He's right in there with Conte. Conte's got 2 goals, 4 assists, I mean, he's not far out. He's right there with Marco Verratti, 2 goals, 2 assists, Jorginho's only got,
6 goals, 2 assists.
6 goals, 2 assists.
Yeah.
Now, a lot more scoring, but a lot less assists. And, Pedri's 3 goals, 1 assist. Frankie de Jong, this guy's supposed to be one of the best in the world. 3 goals, 3 assists. Look at what Rakitic is doing right now. So,
and if you compare the SOFA scores, you have Conte, that's 7.09 SOFA score, and Conte is considered one of the best in the world.
Look at that.
We have also, who else? Bruno Fernandes has a little bit better SOFA score, 7.28. But 7.11, 7.28, it's not too far away.
Exactly. It's comparable.
Jorginho has a 7.04 SOFA score, so Rakitic has a better score than Jorginho.
Yeah. And he's not,
Marco Verratti for PSG, 7.4 SOFA score. So
back to what I'm saying, You know, like, who's this magical bench player you don't want to lose a spot for Rakitic on? You know, that's what I mean, just from the baseline, obviously, he should at least be with the squad, you know? And I don't see why he can't be on the field, you know?
Well, let's take a look at the 2018 Croatia World Cup midfield. Rakitic was paired up with Modric and Brozovic.
Yeah, that's a good pairing.
So if Rakitic comes back, they could be in the same kind of midfield triangle: Rakitic, Modric, and Brozovic.
Well, we can't take out Kovacic.
That's the question.
Yeah, so
That's the
Kovacic
big
can't
question.
come out. That's obvious.
You know, and Kovacic is having a really good season.
He's having
right
a
now.
killer year. Yeah, and he's only got 14 starts. He's got 2 goals, 5 assists, 7.26 SOFA score,
which is even higher than Modric and Rakitic.
If this kid had more playing time right now, I think, you know, sky's the limit for what he'd be doing.
So that's the question now. Do we,
you know, can we do you alter the formation? Do you figure a way to throw him in there? You know, do you ask him to play a more defensive role, which he could easily handle?
I think Brozovic has that role of a defensive midfielder, and he's irreplaceable in my mind. But
I'm
like
not
you
saying
said,
to replace. I just want to say right away. Don't take any one of the 3 that we just mentioned. Obviously, Modric has to be there, Kovacic has to be there, and Brozovic has to be there.
Yeah.
But is there a way to fit him on the field with those players? You know, and still get enough out of him.
Unless we put Rakitic as a winger, maybe a right wing.
Does he got the legs to do it?
I don't know.
I don't think you want to take him out for those right wings.
I think they tested Rakitic on the right wing earlier on in his Croatia career, national team career, but I don't think he played often on the right wing.
You know, who's
he's an attacking midfielder. Like,
exactly. Like,
well, I mean, we have to talk about one player that was supposed to replace Rakitic in the national league, in the national team.
And who's this?
Nikola Vlasic. Now, Vlasic, we love you. You had a lot of pressure on you to replace Rakitic when you're coming up. Unfortunately, you're not having the best season this year at West Ham. 18 matches, 6 starts, 1 goal, 0 assists, 6.51 SOFA score.
What team again? Sorry, say that again.
West Ham.
Oh yeah, no shit.
English Premier League.
Well,
now
that's not great.
He was slated to be the next big star for Croatia. You know, the replacement for Rakitic. He's having a tough season.
No, I mean,
for sure he's going to be called up for the national team because he's a good player. He's a really good player, but he's not having the best season. He might not start.
The rising talent, clearly, that's easily overtaken Vlasic. It's got to be Meyer.
And then we got Meyer.
This kid's killing it. This kid's on fire. What are his stats right now? Stats:
24 matches for Rennes in League One, 16 starts, 3 goals, 8 assists, 7.06 SOFA score.
Oh, this kid's gonna be huge for us. What is he? How old is he right now?
I think he's 20 or 21. He's early 20s.
Unbelievable. We got to figure out more ways to keep all of these guys on the field. I think some of these guys, like Meyer, can obviously play wing. You know, you're locked right there. I just don't see like why we can't fit, you know, Rocket in as an attacking mid while keeping Kovacic, Modric, and Brozovic. You know.
It's going to be like is that like a diamond midfield, like
exactly.
a 4-man midfield?
Yeah. Why can't we do that?
Then we would have to sacrifice like an attacking player.
Yeah, Budimir, bye.
Budimir, bye.
You're done. Get out of here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, Pasalic fits really well into attacking mid position too. He's been used as that, so that when you need to give, Rakitic the relief he needs, you're bringing in this kid, seamlessly. You know, Kramaric stays on. You've got your wings set with Meyer on one side and Perisic on the other. You know, that's looking more promising. It's a bit different than what we've done. I wish we'd try more things to keep more of these guys all together. You know, it's going to be a real shame if we go to Qatar the way Rakitic is playing right now that he's not going to be there. Because he's still got it. So,
and he's publicly stated that he has retired from the national team, but if Coach Dalic ever needs him, he's going to be there for him.
And he'll lace them up.
He'll lace them up.
Dalic, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, you need him. We need him around just for our personal enjoyment, if anything else, you know.
At least have him on a bench, maybe as a joker.
At least have him there, you know. At least have him there. I think he could just help out in so many different ways. You know, I think he's just an all-around great player. Like even if you had to go into a more defensive formation, you asked him to do it, he could do it. You know,
and he's a leader. He's a leader.
He's a leader.
He's the captain of Sevilla. You know, and it shows on the field that he's a real leader. He controls the tempo of the game, just like Modric in many ways.
Yeah, for sure. And it's hard seeing them out there. Well, it's hard. It's going to be hard seeing one without the other. You know, it'll be tough.
Yeah,
tough watch. But hey,
we also have this young midfielder called Christian Jakic, who plays for Frankfurt. He debuted in the last friendly games for Croatia. Now Dalic is trying to push him into the formation slowly. He doesn't have the best SOFA score, 6.57. He has 19 starts, 1 goal. But he's another contender to be called up for the World Cup squad. Now, should we maybe let Jakic, get some more experience and play some more games for Frankfurt and get some more goals, get some better performances, and instead of calling up Jakic, we'll call up Rakitic and have him there as
Is Jakic currently poised to get called up? Like he's going to take a roster spot? Because if that's the case,
it's very possible. Yeah.
No, Rakitic all day over that. You know, this kid's not ready. It's not. It's got to be more than just having whoever is young and seemingly promising. You know, they've got to be hitting their stride to go to the big show.
Takes experience.
You know, but we need it. You know, it takes experience. Yeah, and I guess like. What does that mean? You know, are we punting on World Cups right now till the next World Cup because we're like, we got to get these young guys experience. That's how we're going to treat a World Cup. You know, I don't think that's the way to treat a World Cup. That's the way to treat qualifying. You know, if you think in those friendlies and stuff, and like when we went to Qatar to test out the field, that was a good opportunity to give a lot of these younger guys that's not going to see the field some playing time. It didn't matter. You know, those are the games to do it on. Here's your experience. Here's your taste, but you got to show more currently what you're doing in your league. You got to fight, if I'm the coach, you got to fight for me on your club and really show to me that you're going to be the big dog in that pond, the big fish in that pond before you come to this to try to be a big shark in this big ocean here that is the World Cup. You got to dominate your league to an extent, higher than your peers. Your rivals on the national team, if you want to be with them, especially at a log jam position like this, when guys are firing on all cylinders. Yeah. So it's not enough for me, to take up a roster spot just because we think you might be promising in the future or we think you're coming on here, Yeah,
we got to see the performances. We got to see the stats. And Rakitic has been performing. I mean.
Yeah, exactly. He's scoring goals.
So, but the question is, people are already saying that Croatia is an old squad, which we talked about in the last video, which they are not, except for Modric and Perisic, which are a little bit older, but the rest are young guys.
Yeah, Rakitic obviously makes the squad older.
Rakitic makes the squad a little bit older. He's 34.
Yeah, but we're not we're going out there to prove people wrong that we're not an old, so we don't take the old guys? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Does it even matter if they're old or not? If they're performing.
I don't understand what this hang-up is, you got to milk these guys for every tournament they have. You can't, there's not, you're never going to get another tournament out of Rakitic if you don't play him this one. That's for sure. And he still got it. Like, one more go here,
And he said he's willing. If he gets a call, he says he's there to help if they ever need him.
Yeah, and it's good that maybe he hasn't been burnt out with the qualifying thus far. He hasn't been burnt out with the extra matches.
That's true.
And then you get him fresh.
That's true.
That's a good point. He's going to fit in there seamlessly like he always does. Yeah. You don't have to worry about that. So, yeah, I say he should be there. I don't understand why. We got to give ourselves the best chance of winning, and I think the best chance of winning is with Rakitic on the roster.
So we'll sacrifice the younger guy, call in Rakitic. Should we have him start, though? Or we have Kovacic start with Modric and Brozovic?
The only way you have him start is if you switch the formation.
Switch formation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're putting him up attacking mid. Maybe you're playing a diamond with the midfield.
Yeah.
Other than that, no. I think you have him on a relief. You have him on the bench. It's good to have him there. Yeah. Pack the roster with as many of these stars as you can, If he had, if he's not willing to come and be I bet you anything he's willing to come and be a bench player for his country and go to the tournament and be with the boys at the tournament. You know?
It's probably a fun experience, and
for sure.
Who wouldn't want to go to Qatar for?
I mean,
World
he's
Cup?
getting older. Maybe he wants to spend time with his friends. Does he have kids?
True. He has kids, yeah.
Oh, there's that.
Yeah,
bring the kids, bring the family,
But it's been 2-3 years. He hasn't played for Croatia, so he hasn't been to all those extra trips, all those extra games.
There you go.
Spent some time, with the family, and we don't know his personal situation, but I think that was one of the reasons why he kind of retired from the international play, because
it's a lot. It's very demanding. Yeah, it's a lot on top of your club, especially when it's not just the World Cup. You got the Euro Cup.
Yeah.
So
and qualifying games, now they have the Nations League. So
yeah. The Nations League may be a bit overkill, though we'll cover it. We're going to cover it.
We will.
Yeah, but it's overkill.
But all in all, Croatia's midfield is looking awesome, as always.
Yep.
Even if Rakitic doesn't come, we have Modric, we have Meyer, we have Kovacic, we have Brozovic. We still have Vlasic, which he has to, show a little bit more in his performance. But we have a really solid midfield. So, conclusion.
Yeah, so do you think he should... I've said it numerous times, but I say, yes, take him. If he has to be a bench player, fine. If we switch the formation, even better.
Same here. Yeah, same here. I think we should bring him in.
Put as many of these stars on the field at once as you can.
Yeah. Sacrifice one of the younger guys that's still not ready, that's just about there, but still not ready. We could use him for the Euros or the Nations League, but bring in Rakitic for one last time. Worst case, have him shoot the penalties only.
It's
really good.
But I'm just saying, in a position of strength, I really feel like we should be creative and try to get more of these midfielders out there. Have them adapt a bit, maybe play outside of their comfort zone slightly, but get them out there. I think these guys are super talented, super skilled. It's not going to hurt us. I think it's only going to be, to have 4 of those guys at the field at once. And I think we should have been doing this, in previous years as well. Although, with the success that we've had, you can't really argue it, But that's it. That's what I think. I think get more of them out there,
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, there's one more thing I want to talk about today.
Yeah.
Which we didn't put on the list, but I want to talk about this. Since our last video, we've been getting a lot of views, a lot of comments from you guys, so thank you very much.
I've been getting a ton of hate mail, by the way. You got to stop that.
Been getting a lot of comments, which is great. And there's a lot of Moroccan fans that messaged us, and they said, don't take us for granted. Don't take us lightly, because we're a tough team, and we gave Spain and Portugal a really tough time at the World Cup. And I looked at the highlights, and Morocco is
dangerous.
Oof. So
don't want to sleep on the Moroccans.
And they kind of got screwed against Spain at the World Cup. The VAR didn't call a handball, and there was a seemingly offside.
Handball, that's right. Yeah.
Seemingly offside goal from Spain. And they tied 2-2. So Morocco is going to be tough. Just to talk.
It's a tough out. Yeah.
Group F.
You guys aren't getting the love you deserve.
But we might have to do another video to reconsider maybe our predictions.
All right, you know what? We'll do another video. We'll take a look
closer
at
to World Cup.
Just because you guys responded, let's go take a look at Morocco. We'll watch some highlights. We'll recap that game that you got screwed on against Spain.
Yeah.
And we'll watch a couple of your qualifiers, and then we'll
and there's a lot of friendlies coming up. I think they're playing the USA June 1st, so we're going to take a look at that game.
Give those guys hell.
And
I'll be rooting for Morocco all day on that one. Let's go.
And once we get closer to the World Cup, we'll do another prediction video just to see where we're at.
Yeah, for sure. Things are going to change between now and then. It's still a ways away because it's not, in the summer as it should be. But
guys, thanks a lot for commenting. Thanks a lot for liking our videos.
Appreciate it so much. The interaction, that's great. Keep coming at us. Keep the hate mail coming. Love it. And
don't forget to subscribe at the bottom. And this is Ivan P. This is
Ed.
Big Ed. Thanks again for watching. These
See you
are
next time.
Checkered mates. See you.
Ciao.